Look, if teams are falling apart, if people clock out the second their shift ends, if loyalty is just a word no one believes anymore, it's not because you're unlucky. It's because the environment is broken. Not the fancy perks, not the ping pong tables. Those are distractions. What's killing loyalty is culture that's shallow, fake, or worse, empty. People see right through that. When you don't create real connection, real meaning, they leave. Fast. They take their energy and talent elsewhere. And you? You end up with turnover costs piling up, burnt-out managers yelling into the void, and a brand that screams cutthroat. Stop blaming the market. Stop blaming external factors. The truth is, if your culture is leaking loyalty, it's because you've been treating people like cogs instead of humans. If your company talks about family, but people feel like they're disposable parts, that's betrayal. That's why great people jump ship. They want to belong somewhere that actually values them, something real, something worth fighting for. And here's the brutal truth. Most leaders don't have a clue how to build that. They throw money, fancy titles, boilerplate values on the wall, hoping it sticks. It never does. People don't operate on slogans. They operate on trust, respect, and shared purpose. So how do you fix it? Stop aiming for culture as a buzzword. Make it a living system that's clear, raw, and human. First, be painfully honest about who you are as a company. Not what you want to be, but who you actually are. Strip away all the marketing. Sit with your leadership and name the fractures, the unspoken tensions, what really annoys your people. Then own those problems loud and clear. Don't hide them. Transparency is the foundation. People lock in when they see leaders willing to admit the ugly stuff and commit to real change. Second, build rituals that actually matter. Not lame corporate events designed for optics, but little moments that force people to show up for each other, to be vulnerable, to feel seen. That might mean weekly honest check-ins where no one's allowed to hide behind smiles. Or real decision-making power pushed down to the front lines, where people can actually influence their work, not just execute orders. Loyalty snowballs when people feel they're driving the ship, not just rowing it. Third, kill the idea that feedback is optional or political. Feedback must be frequent, brutal, and constructive. And it has to flow both ways. Loyalty dies in silence and resentment. Pull your leaders off their pedestals and teach them how to listen without getting defensive. When people know their voice is heard and respected, they drive harder and stay longer. Fourth, stop pretending everyone has the same values or motivations. Diversity isn't about checking boxes. It's about unleashing different kinds of minds, ways of thinking, and drive. Create space for that difference without trying to squeeze everyone into the same mold. Loyalty thrives where individuality is respected, not erased. Finally, give people a reason beyond the paycheck to fight for you. Mission statements mean nothing if people don't feel their work moves the needle in meaningful ways. Connect daily tasks to the bigger picture, but do it honestly. Don't overpromise. Show people their impact, no matter how small. People don't stay loyal for comfort. They stay loyal because they believe what they're building matters. Fix your culture this way, and watch loyalty shift, slowly at first, but with a power that no bonuses or perks can match. The strongest teams aren't bought. They're built. With truth, respect, and relentless work on the system, not just the surface. If it's loyalty you want, it's time to stop chasing illusions and start building real, raw, human connection. Right now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to learn more.